Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about my writing process and how I try to write as efficiently as possible. Now, we've all been there, right? When we don't feel like writing a paper or we start writing a paper on the day it's due. So I thought that since I try to write efficiently and try to maximize my productivity, especially when I'm writing, why not just make a video about it? So in this video, I'll show you how I try to do my research and write this paper at the same time and make the process as efficient as possible. So yeah, let's get right to it. So this project is from a class on immigration that I'm taking this semester. Essentially in this course, we look at global migration patterns and the various factors that drive migration, from violence to lack of economic opportunity to even environmental conditions. So in this project, I have to write the historical context, which as you can see is pretty involved, especially when I haven't kept up with the course readings at all. So I have to look at the social, economic and political context of a specific country in a region of my choice, which is India, and write a two-page double-spaced summary of the relevant social, economic and or political context that helps us understand in and out migration. So the first step I do is to copy exactly what I need to do, nothing more, nothing less, onto a simple Google Doc. I then bold the keywords and requirements that helps me focus on exactly what I should focus on and not get lost. The second step is to segment my paper using the keywords that I've just bolded. What this does is essentially that constrains your research and writing and helps you precisely match up your efforts with the requirements. Something that is very important if you're going for an efficient paper. Now, once I'm done with that, I further constrain myself by knowing my word limit so that I don't overshoot it in the first place. I then divide my 500 words into the three segments, allotting 150 words to each, thereby adding further constraints. Now, the first step in starting the writing process is to flood myself with information relevant to the specific segments. So in this case, I've started reading a relevant paper. I'm only reading its abstract and I'm looking at it from the social, political and economic lenses. And as soon as I find any information that matches any of these domains, I copy and paste that information into that specific section. Now you might notice that I have a ton of tabs opened. Now that's normal for anyone who's doing any kind of secondary research. However, a very important thing that I've learned is how to manage the information overload with each of these tabs. So if you notice, my first tab is the syllabus. My second tab is the Google Doc in which I'm actually writing. My third tab is what I dub as the Explore tab, which is basically a Google for all my questions. And the fourth tab has the best information that has the answer to my Explore tab. Now, I think having this priority framework has helped me a lot in increasing my writing speed and finishing a paper very efficiently. I now look at the specific issues and begin the flooding process. As I flood myself with all of the information, I ensure that I put in red all the information that is strictly copied from another source, which essentially helps me differentiate between the stuff that I have written and the stuff that others have. Once I'm done with the social part, I move on to the economic part, continuing my flooding process. Again, the same process of skimming through long academic papers, reading their abstracts, and thinking about exactly what is relevant to me. Now, once I've done enough research to have a relatively deep understanding of what is going on, I just begin writing. And that's really important. We tend to put off writing until we've done all our research, but the problem is that you only have so much capacity to retain all the information that you gather from your research. So it's better to just start writing and put in the relevant information on the fly instead of first doing all the research and then writing. Now, once I'm done with the brief intro, which can be edited further later, I quickly move on to the social aspect, referencing my notes and the relevant research at the same time. Once I'm done with the social aspect, I realize I've made good progress, and so I choose to get distracted by watching John Oliver's latest episode on coronavirus. I plan to spend only a few minutes watching it because I'm actually pretty swamped with work, but I end up watching it for about 15 to 60 minutes, which is okay. I soon realized I should probably get back to writing my essay, and so I continue the process, separating my thoughts and my words into sections that I created at first. Note that I'm constantly looking at my word count to ensure that I don't overshoot the limit at all. Finally, I write my conclusion, check the time, and yes, if you don't count the 20 minutes during which I watched John Oliver, I essentially finished this essay in an hour or so. So yeah, just to recap, a few steps I suggest to write efficiently. 1. Stick to the question. 2. Divide up the question by focusing on specific keywords. 3. Flood yourself with the research and information that is relevant only to the specific keywords. 4. As soon as you have a decent enough understanding of what's going on, write your introduction and give a rough structure to your essay, which can obviously change later. 5. Then continue flooding yourself with information about specific words and simultaneously begin writing. And 6. Keep tab of the word count every now and then, and once you're done writing all the segments, patch up your essay, make some last minute edits, and you're ready to go. Thank you.